Greetings. Making this video today to share a little information about how to create a cutting board out of scrap cutoff material. Now, in making a regular cutting board, it's definitely simpler and easier just to use long, full pieces and just cut them down to the size that you need. But my actual full-time job allows me the opportunity to acquire lots and lots of just odd-shaped cutoffs in various wood species. So I've been saving them up, and I figured, why not make a cutting board out of them? Now, the difference is, cutoffs are essentially good wood, with the exception of maybe a crack or a knot, which you're going to cut out anyway, so it's really no big deal. But it's the same wood that you would use for a regular project, so there's nothing wrong with it. Just have to cut it down into smaller pieces. So that's what I did. I cut all these pieces down into something that's more usable and a little more uniform. So I started clamping them together, as you can see here. Started out with just alternating smaller and larger pieces, just to kind of break up the monotony of it. Let's see. I glue them together individually, just on a single bar clamp. As narrow as they are, there's no way to do it otherwise. With the exception of some of these, I actually did use 2 clamps, just for even pressure all the way across. What I'm doing right now is making sure that they're all at least a foot long, so that way I can clear up the sides, cut them down to a matching height, and then glue them up side by side. So right now what I have here is these are some shorter pieces that I've glued up already, and these are as long as the pieces allowed, and I'm going to probably make a couple boards. One I figured around probably 2 inches thick, and another one maybe 3 inches thick. And I'll just group them together by size, and then cut them all down to like the same size before I join them. And here's a bunch of ones that are already ready to go through the drum sander to make them a uniform thickness. Because once you glue these together, you get odd things where there's glue squeeze out, and then you've got variations in wood thickness. So running them through the drum sander and everything will be nice and uniform and even all the way across. So that way when you glue them all together to make your end grain cutting board, you won't have any gaps or anything, and it'll just go a lot easier. That's as far as I've got for now. I just basically glue them up, flip them over, take the orbital sander and just buzz off the glue droplets, just to make them smooth and easier to work with. I'll then take them down to the table saw, and then clean up the edges so they're straight, at least straight on one edge. So that way I can stack them up, line them up, and then figure out what height I want, and then go through and then run that straight edge across the fence, and then take all the pieces down to the same height. And then once I've done that, then I'll just glue them together, and it'll be a clamp fest. And when I get to that point, I will continue the video.